What is up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new open game state video. We got actually quite a few things to talk about. The last open game state I did, I was just ranting about the format and how it well, now it has since changed quite a bit, and it's gotten a little better, but that's a topic for another day. But we got a few things to talk about in this video, and one of the first things is the Link Brains Pack 2 news has been leaked here on YGO Organization. If I remember, I'll leave a link to this down in the description below. You guys can check it all out for yourself if you'd like. But we got a bunch of new Link monsters announced, and these will be released in who knows when. They take a while to release stuff like this, but oh well. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. I've looked at these on stream already. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, you can do that in the link in the description. Take you to my Twitch page. You can hit the follow button there if you'd like to be notified when I go live, etc., etc. But we'll look at the first one, which I think is my favorite one, honestly. Blackluster Soldier, the Chaos Warrior, Earth Warrior Link effect, Link 3/3's on attack, and has the same arrows as Decode Talker does, bottom left, bottom right, and top. It says 3 monsters with different names, which isn't too big of a deal. And you can use tokens for this too, because it doesn't say effect monsters as well. If this card was Link summoned using a level 7 or higher monster, it cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect, nor can it be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. So obviously, BLS being a level 8 sort of ties into that theme, of it being a reincarnated version of BLS. But yeah, if you use that, it can't be targeted by opponent's card effect. It can't be destroyed by opponent's card effect. It can't be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effect. Very, very good. And it says, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can activate one of these effects. It gains 1500 attack. This card can make a second attack during the battle phase of your next turn, or you can banish one card in the field, and it does not target. Very, very good. And I think, like for example, in a deck like Mech Knights, this card would be absolutely amazing, 100%. Then we have this card here, which is Gurai Kiru Thunder Dragon, or Thunder Dragon Goliath. It is a Link 4, surprisingly. Light Thunder, Link effect, Link 4, 2800 attack, left, right, bottom, and bottom right. 2+ Thunder monsters. So you can use this card's name, 1 effect once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can target 1 Thunder Dragon monster you have that is banished or in your graveyard, which is targeted, or that is cost, I should say. Apply the effect written on that monster that activates by discarding itself from the hand, then place it on the top or bottom of your deck. That effect is a little eh. Then the other effect is if a Thunder monster you control be destroyed by battle card effect, instead you can banish 3 cards from your graveyard instead. That effect I don't think is that great either. I don't think this one is that great to begin with. Then we'll move on to the next one here. We have Celestial Knight Lord Parshath, Air Knight Parshath, being reincarnated once again into a cool boss monster, as he was back in the day before Cyber Dragon came out and things like that. We have a Light Fairy Link effect, Link 3, 2400 attack, bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. It's 2+ fairy monsters for this Link 3. So you're going to be needing some Link 2, 4, or 3 individual monsters. And says you can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. You can discard 1 card, add the Sanctuary in the Sky, or 1 card that lists the name Sanctuary in the Sky in its text from your deck to your hand. If the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, you can add 1 fairy monster instead. That, I think, is a really nice effect. Searching any fairy when you have cards like Venus and stuff like that being very good. With the Mystic Shine Ball stuff, with all the combos that involve that kind of stuff. Very, very good. And then it says if a face-up fairy monster you control is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can banish 1 fairy monster from your graveyard, especially 1 fairy monster with a higher level than the banished monster from your hand. That's also very good, because that literally just summon, if you banish like a level 4 fairy, you can summon a level 8 fairy, which you probably summon Archlord Christia. I think is Archlord Christia a fairy? It has to be. Just think about that as being an opportunity thing that you could possibly do. Then we have an alien card, alien support, Alien Shock Trooper Mighty Frame, Light Reptile Link effect, Link 2, 1900 attack, bottom left to bottom right, 2 reptile monsters. You can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. It says quick effect, you can discard 1 monster, place 8 counters on face-up monsters equal to the original level of the discarded monster. So the potential to place a lot of 8 counters on certain monsters with that. And then that is a quick effect as well. And if this card is destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon any number of reptile monsters with different names from your graveyard, except Link monsters, up to the number of monsters your opponent controls with A counters. I don't know too much about aliens and A counters, and I don't even know, like, this is such a weird archetype for me. It's so foreign. It's almost alien to me. Wow, that was a real good one. But I don't know how good this card will be. I don't know how good aliens are right now. I don't think they're that great. That's just my opinion. Maybe you're an alien expert. I have no idea. But now we have a Dragoonity Link monster as well. Dragoonity Knight Romulus. You might be a lot of Dragoonity players out there might be really happy to see this, but will you be happy to see the effect of it? Well, that's another story. Wind Dragon Link effect. Link 2, 1200 attack. Bottom left, bottom right arrows. 2 dragon and or winged beast monsters accept tokens. Okay, whatever. I'd like to see accept tokens on a lot of cards, but I guess we're just throwing it on select cards now. You can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 Dragoonity Spell Trap or Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. So literally you have a way to search Dragon's Ravine. Now, aside from terraforming, that's very nice. As a Dragoonity player, you have to at least be happy with the fact that you can search Dragon's Ravine, right? Or Dragon Ravine. And then the other fact is if a dragon monster is special summoned from the extra deck to your zone, this card points to you can special summon 1 dragon or winged beast monster from your hand in defense position, but its effects are negated. Also cannot be used as link material. These changes last until the end of the turn, so its effects won't be negated at the end of the turn, and you'll be able to use it as link material for the next turn if that card does stick around. So keep that in mind. Then, yes, I was literally saying this in the test hand video. I'm like, DDD needs a link monster to really help it out, and it needs to be good. Here we have DDD Abyss King Galgamesh, literally announced tonight. I'm recording this 12:51 a.m. I literally went over this all stuff live on stream, and I wanted to make this video afterwards because I got to show YouTube some love as well. Cannot forget about that. And this says 2 DD monsters, link to 1800 attack, bottom left, bottom right. Now look at this, 1800 attack on this guy. But yet they give the alien guy 1900. They give, oh, not to mention this guy's 1200 attack. So if you're a Dragoonity player, that sucks for you. No, I'm just kidding. We get the 1800 attack one. They get the 1900, and you get the 1200. Whatever. I would like to see at least 2K. At least, whatever. 2 DD monsters. 2 DD monsters. Like, that's fine. That's great. I would like to see like 1 DD monster plus 1 other monster, so you're not locked into just using DDD, but it's fine. You can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each, so you can use both their effects once each in a turn. If this card is special summoned, you can take 2 DD pendulum monsters with different names from your deck and place them into your pendulum zones. And if you do take 1000 damage, also you can have special summon monsters for rest of the turn except DD monsters. Now, I know this doesn't seem the greatest, but we've been playing DDD a certain way for a long time now as us DDD players. You've either been playing heavy pendulum or you've been playing a build that is so focused around going first and building boards that are mainly focused on negation. Siegfried, Crystal Wing, number 38, you know, High Wave King Caesar, all these things just focused on negations. But with this card, it allows for a different play style that wants to go second and can take advantage of putting really beefy monsters on the field via pendulum summoning, taking advantage of cards like Proud Ogre, Proud Chevalier, and the other effect, if you can see right there, if this link summon card is destroyed by an opponent's attacking monster or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 DD monster from your extra deck or graveyard in defense position. Literally any DD monster from the extra deck. The Synchro Pendulum guy, which is arguably one of the best ones you could summon off of it. The Xyz Pendulum one, or the Fusion Pendulum one. Literally anything. That is fantastic. That last effect is great. The first effect might not seem the greatest, but just switching the way we play DDD in the end can actually make this a much better card. And I'll go ahead and show some examples real quick. So these are just some cards I wanted to show you guys. So basically, Doom King Armageddon is a great target. He's a level 4 scale. And the other fact that I want to mention here is the fact that you can target a DD monster control and boost it for 800 attack. And even if the card leaves the field, so that's really nice. And this is one of the cards I wanted to talk about here, the Supreme King Kaiser. If this card is Pendulum Summon, all face-up cards your opponent control currently have their effects negated until the end of this turn. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was Pendulum Summon this turn, you can target up to 2 cards in your spell trap zone, destroy them, and if you do, for each destroyed card, this card gains an additional attack during the battle phase each turn. A simple combo, you know, bringing this guy out, Pendulum Summoning him via search of off contract or whatever it may be. Summoning this out, he gains 800. It bumps him up to a whopping 3,400 attack, and he can attack 2 to 3 times. And you can still do other DDD plays along with that. Maybe perhaps Fusion Summon for this guy. Be able to negate spell or traps. You don't really have to worry about what would it be, anything on their field at the time, because when this guy hits the field, you literally just, it's a full negation for everything on your opponent's field. There's some other candidates we were talking about. These are some things you can summon off of it. When it dies, you have this as an option, which just completely says your opponent cannot target monster controls with card effects. That in of its own is a reason enough to play this. You can play High King Alexander. Again, any of these cards, they're all pretty decent. They all have really high attack, and like this one we're getting in Soul Fusion as well, which is just makeable with Swirl Slime. But as you can see, we have a new way to play DDD, and if we look at Proud Ogre is another thing, is you can pay 500 to boost a monster as well, and it's a level 8 scale. And even if you don't want to go down that road, you can even just have access to play things like Ragnarok and Thomas in your scale, which are the 2 of the most useful cards you can have in your scale. But if you want to play it a little bit differently, you can just play Copernicus and Kepler in your scales and just sort of go nuts from there, which is really nice. And you already have a Link 2 on board as well. But my only gripe with this is to go into a little bit more detail. Is let's say your standard DDD turn consists of normally Kepler searching something and then probably having a Swirl Slime play. So you have to Swirl Slime into a fusion, which most likely isn't going to do anything unless you're going to go for the Link Karibo, Siegfried, Crystal Wing play with Wee Witch, right? There's that option. But now you have a bit of a different option depending on what your hand looks like and what kind of plays you can make. You'll say, this is just a basic example as well, Copernicus or Kepler into a fusion, something maybe like D-Arc or Genghis, something early to get it out of the way, link them away into the DDD Link monster, bring out Scales, and then fusion summon more from there. Maybe you have a Necro Slime or whatever else. But I think the biggest issue is going to be just resource management, because again, you have to get to the DDD Link first to be able to make them. And right now, the only conceivable really easy way to make them, most simple way, is with a monster you normal summon and then a fusion monster that you special summon into your extra monster zone, which is a waste of a summon essentially. So I don't know. The card is good. Do I think it's gonna break DDD? No, unfortunately not. But I think Summon Source also becomes a little more viable in the deck too once the card comes out. But that's my opinion with that. And I wanted to go ahead and share this stuff with you guys as well. Also, the last thing I wanted to say for this video is we have a bunch of new train support, and it's really, really good. A lot of you guys might not know, but I played Shaddoll Trains extensively a while ago, and it was one of my favorite decks of all time to play. And now we have gotten a bunch of like literally insane train support. We have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Juggernaut Libe, whatever you want to call it. Rank 11, 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense, Earth Machine, as you might expect for a train monster. 3 level 11 monsters. But you know we're not going to make it that way, right? That would be too difficult, and we want it to be easy, because then we like it. Once per turn, you can XD summon Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Juggernaut Libe by using 1 rank 10 machine XD's monster control as material. So Superior Dora is going to be the thing that this thing gets slapped onto in most cases, or the other one. The one that burns, per se. It says once per turn you can attach 1 XP material from this card. This card gains 2,000 attack and defense. Also, you cannot attack for this turn except with this card. So it's getting boosted up to 6k. That's a lot of damage. Then we also have the fact that this card can make a number of attacks on monsters during each battle phase equal to the number of its materials plus 1. That's a lot of damage. That is a That is a lot of damage. And that doesn't say... It doesn't say detach for any of these. So, considering you're going to have the basic rank 10, which is going to have 2 level 10s underneath it, the rank 10 itself, and then this over top. So that's 3, plus 1 is 4 attacks on monsters with 6,000 attack. Or you do have to detach for the attack gain as well, but still. 3 plus attacks at 6k, and that attack boost does not go away. That's permanent. Keep stacking that. 6k, 8k, 10k. That's a big train. Then we have a level 10 here as well. It's Speedy Express Bullet Liner, which is really good. Level 10, 3,000 attack. You can only use this card's names 1 and 3 effects once per turn each, which says if a monster you control minimum are Earth machine monsters. So if you control at least 1 Earth machine monster, or the only monsters you control are Earth machines, you can special this card from your hand, which in a train deck, that's pretty much always going to be the case. That's never something you have to worry about. It says declare an attack with this card. You must send 2 other cards you control to the graveyard. You're never going to use that unless you're trying to go for a game in a really niche situation. Then the last effect, it says once per turn, during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there during this turn, and it was sent there during this turn, you can target 1 machine monster in your graveyard except himself and add it to your hand. That effect is really nice to be able to add some cards like Derek Crane or Night Express Knight back to your hand to be able to pop off with some more plays next turn. That's just any target 1 machine monster in your grave. It's not even an Earth machine, just 1 machine monster. So that very promising. Then we have Runaway Railcar Flying Pegasus. This is like the new and improved version of Ruffian Railcar, if you will, because it is a level 4, 1800 attack, 1000 defense. Which I'm pretty sure is like the same stats as Ruffian Railcar. I could be wrong, but it says you can only use the effects once each per turn. Then it says if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target 1 Earth machine monster in your graveyard except itself. Special summon and defense, but its effects are negated, so that is pretty good. The way I'm looking at that is it's basically like an Altair. You can just bring back any Earth machine for no cost, whatever, a level 10 one, and then Night Express Knight or Derek Crane, and you're just golden from there. And the fact that its effects are negated isn't too big of a deal. Then we also have its other effect, which says you can target 1 other face-up monster you control, which is target, or cost, I should say. And then the levels of both this card, that other monster, each become the same level as one of these monsters. You can attack with monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except with the Xyz monsters. So, like, this is literally a 1-card rank 10 if you have level 10 in your grave. Literally 1 card. Summon it, revive it, make them both level 10, or 4s to go for the rank 4 one, and then you can link into the big one that way. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. This card is literally so good. If anybody, you would still probably play Ruffian Railcar with this, but like this card is so good. Like, whoa. And then Urgent Schedule, quick play spell. You only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special from your deck 2 Earth Machine monsters, 1 level 4 or lower, and 1 level 5 or higher in defense position, but their effects are negated. You can attack with monsters during the turn you activate this card, except with machine monsters. If this card is on the field, is sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 10 machine monster from your deck to your hand. So that last card is really good. You just get to summon 2 monsters for free and make Xyz monsters with those, assumably. It's just really good. That's really good. Like, I sound like a broken record, but like, you could just play this, go into Mrs. Radiant with the 2 that you summon, normal summon the guy above, bring back the level 10 guy or the level 4 guy or whatever, and make an Xyz there, and like make the boat, and then link into a bigger guy, because I think that's what the boat does, and then there you go, you're chilling. That was the easy combo. And also you can block damage with it, you can link with it, you can make Xyz with it for cards you already have on the field. Very, very good stuff. So like, I just wanted to show you guys some of this cool stuff that was coming out in this open game state. We have a lot of new support announced. We have the new DDD link, which I'm super excited for. Perhaps a new way to play DDDs. And on top of that, a whole bunch of new train support as well, which is really good train support. Like, incredibly good. Like, weirdly really good. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this episode of Open Game State. I hope you guys really enjoyed. We covered some new Link Monster support, especially the new DDD support, which you guys know I'm really looking forward to. Let me know what you guys think about the new DDD Link. Do you think it's good, mediocre, or do you think it's bad, or do you think it's great? Again, I think it's somewhere in the middle. I'm on the fence about it. It'll just be interesting to get the card, test with it. I'm probably going to make some proxies and do some IRL test hands with it and build it on stream as well once the cards come onto YGO Pro. We also got to look at the new train support, which I think is just like unreasonably just all really good support. Not one of those cards was mediocre, which is weird. What do you guys think about that? I definitely would be down to play trains again in the future. No problem if that's the new supporter that's coming down the line. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch down in the description below. Yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already as well. Much appreciated. Don't forget also, if you go to ImperiumDuelist.com, you can use that code down in the description to get sleeves and mats for 10% off. Supports me in the process and helps you guys save a little bit of money as well. So it's a win-win either way. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's always Winterkill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.